out Arkansas was going to make history tonight. I know it will be the honor of a lifetime to serve as Arkansas's 47th governor and the first female governor.
Big moment there. Former White House press secretary in the Trump administration, Sarah Sanders, securing an historic election victory, becoming Arkansas's first female governor. Mike Huckabee is the former governor of Arkansas, Sarah's father as well. Welcome back. Good to see you. We appreciate the time. Mike, talk to me about this and the viewers, really, if you could shed some light. Walk us through the excitement, maybe the emotion you and your family experienced on that election night as your daughter, Sarah, making history in Arkansas.
Well, it was a surreal moment. I mean, I can remember taking Sarah to county fairs when she was just a tiny little girl, giving her a stack of flyers and telling her, go out and pass these out. They were campaign flyers for me. So she's grown up in this. And then to see her on the stage and so gracefully go to that podium and deliver a brilliant, pitch-perfect speech, it was just a proud moment and exciting, I think, for every member of our family. I'm standing over on the side of the stage holding some of the grandchildren and thinking, man, I'm old, and thank God she's taken the office pretty soon.
Well, look, you talk about pitch perfect. We do have a couple more clips here. I wanted to play this one here, a quick bite here from Sarah and her victory speech on election night. Here's that.
I'd also like to say we'll be the first, to my knowledge, father and daughter governor anywhere in the country. I like to say I think my dad's the best governor Arkansas has ever had, one of the best governors the country has ever seen, and I'm hoping to take that title away from him pretty soon.
Again, just a huge moment there. Have you given Sarah any advice? We're looking at some of the results there. I mean, this was a landslide win there in Arkansas.
Yeah.
What have you talked about since this race has been decided?
Well, you know, I have been a senior advisor to her campaign. Now, let me explain what that means. I'm a senior adult. I'm babysitting her kids a lot while she's campaigning. And I advise them that it's time for them to go to bed. So that's been the most important role that I've played in the whole process. She won this on her own. Sure, she talked to me from time to time about things regarding the governor's office and occasionally advice on campaign. But this was her campaign, and she did it her way, and she did it brilliantly. You know, I was a little disappointed. My gosh, she only got 63.5% of the vote, you know? She should have given the other candidates a sporting chance. She had two other opponents. None of them broke 35%. But it was really a testament to the affirmation that Arkansas voters gave her. They believe in her. They have confidence that she will be a great governor. And that is a confidence that is shared by a former governor of Arkansas who believes she really will be the best governor the state ever had, and nothing would make me prouder.
Historic moment indeed for Arkansas. I wanted to pull out, if I can, for a broad lens here on the nation. I know that you've been watching these races. I'm sure you have. Arizona, Nevada, Georgia. In terms of these Senate races, how do you think this is going to play out? Do you think that there will be a Republican majority in the House and the Senate?
I think there will be. It'll be the slimmest of margins, if so. And frankly, I think, like a lot of Republicans, I was shocked and disappointed that we did not have a much bigger win on Tuesday night. And I've tried to step back and ask, how come? And I think it's because I've got to remember that while people in my orbit tend to listen to news that covers a conservative viewpoint and exposes some of the insanities of the left, most people don't see that. They don't read it. They don't hear it. And so any Republican goes up against a monolithic social and traditional media that is all in for the left. Then they've got the bureaucracy of the country. You've got the FBI, the DOJ, the IRS, all the institutions of power in government who are fighting against us and putting us in jail and bamming our doors at 5 a.m., putting us in handcuffs. So when a Republican runs, he or she has to run against an incredible headwind. And I think we have to wise up and start playing the long game. But it is embarrassing to see some of these voting irregularities and problems, like in Arizona. There's no excuse for that. It's honestly embarrassing to the people of Arizona that they shouldn't tolerate it. And I've decided that the people who dealt with the Arizona voting machines are the same people who sell McDonald's their ice cream machines. They just don't work.
Valid point. Again, we have a reporter there continuing to watch this count. Again, they're in Arizona, also Nevada. We're waiting for that as well. Former Governor Mike Huckabee. Governor, thank you so much. We do appreciate your time. It's good to see you.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.